Professor Coates is an amazing individual in terms of his skills and his contribution to psychiatry, particularly in addiction psychiatry.
Well, Hamid set very high standards, which in fact was extremely welcoming. He set very high standards first for himself. It was very easy because we just had to follow his lead and his leadership.
Hamid, I believe, has made a legendary contribution to psychiatry in all its spheres. He is, I think, the jack of all trades and the master of all.
He's really had an immensely inspirational and influential impact on psychiatry, both in Britain and abroad. I mean, I think he's been the face of British psychiatry internationally, and he's brought what's best from international psychiatry to the UK.
Hamid, I think, has made an outstanding contribution to psychiatry over decades of rare dedication to addiction psychiatry.
I mean, he spans an amazing range of skills, from teaching to local policy in a medical school or a hospital, to an impact on the whole issue of psychiatry of addiction, and then internationally.
He's got so many contributions, but I think Asti's greatest contribution, it has to be that he has been the founding father of addiction psychiatry in this country and indeed across many places in the world. He's been the voice for this really challenging specialty, for a group of patients who are not always popular or easy to deal with, and for a group of patients who produce such a disease burden on society and have such suffering themselves. So he's been willing to face the difficult challenges and go for them.
What I would mention as one of his biggest, greatest achievements, again, looking at the international aspect of the question of drug control, is his election over a period of 19 years, 10 times. It's a record in the United Nations. Nowhere would you see the head of an institution of the United Nations, including the Secretary General, who would stay and be elected for so long. So I must say that this is just a great recognition of the work, the achievements and the contribution that Hamid has done and is given still.
I think for me the most important skills that Professor Coates brings to psychiatry are his negotiating skills. He's a diplomat par excellence. I have seen him in situations with ministers, with civil servants, with heads of other organizations where you thought the cause was lost, but he has pulled it together and come away with exactly what was needed, what we wanted. He's been absolutely superb negotiator.
He was always, I would say, always working. And he had always the better of mankind in his heart and in his mind.
I think he's one of the most self-driven, energetic, tenacious people that I've ever had the privilege to know and work with. A true force for good. He has great moral courage, integrity and genuineness.
He's a born leader, really, and he takes people with him in that regard. So I think those are terribly important qualities, and he has been so incredibly influential that it's hard to encapsulate it in one interview.
Hamid is endowed with great human and humane qualities, humility, compassion and genuineness. He is caring, thoughtful and considerate, a man of substance, driven to do his best in all that he does. He has boundless energy, determination, stickability, persistence, with positive spirit. He's ever the optimist. He never gives up.
Hamid was not only a fantastic leader, but also a teacher.
Professor Coates is an excellent mentor. He encourages youngsters, trainees in particular, and supports them.
He's a role model. I think we need to put in perspective the fact that about 40 years ago, it was not all that easy for people from other countries to break into the British medical establishment. And he has shown how an outsider, if you like, can make such a valuable contribution to UK medicine and psychiatry.
We watched him, we learned from him, and he inspired us by his commitment, by his vision, but also by his kindness.
He's been an enormous bridge between the old white male medicine of my youth and the multicultural, multi-ethnic medicine of today.
I will be forever grateful for his support throughout at the personal and professional levels. He has been a great mentor and support like no other, and I deeply appreciate his care and friendship. I know that many of those who work with him feel the same as I do.
He's a best friend, he's a good friend, he's a mentor, he's a wise person, and I know he's always there if I've got a query or a problem. And that's very unusual these days, so I'm personally very grateful to him and his wife.
For Hamid, one thing that was always very important and that was sacrosanct for him was his family. The center of his universe was his family. And I think that if he is a great man, it's because he has also a great family that is there to nurture him.
What would Hamid really like to be remembered for? That's a difficult question, but my hunch is he would like to be remembered as the person who had been the vanguard of developing addiction services, that his diplomatic skills, and that it was a life that had been lived well, and that he had made a difference and touched people's lives across the world.